Hello, hello, legends. Pete Moriarty here. Great to have you here. If you're watching the live stream, please make sure you say hello. Let me know where you are watching or listening from. And if you're watching the replay, drop down a hashtag repeat. Let me know that you're watching the replay. Coming to you live, and we are covering all the latest in Google Workspace. This is our semi-regular update session that we do, and we basically cover everything that's happening in the Google world. Oh, I'm being attacked by a fly here. I'm in the outback at the moment. Contrary to what you can see with my virtual background here, I'm interrupted by a fly or two. That's just going to be how it has to roll on this one. But welcome. If you're watching on the live, great to have you here. We're covering everything that is in the latest of Google Workspace. And so we cover all of Google's latest updates. I try and pick out the ones that I think are useful for small business owners. And the ones that are actually interesting, because Google releases a lot of stuff, and some of it's just kind of like administrative updates, like APIs and boring stuff. And I try and make it interesting. There we go. I've got the hardest job in the world. Try and make IT sexy. But anyway, if you're not yet subscribed to our channel, you can head along to peter.tv. Just punch that into your browser, and that'll give you the link to all the different channels. You can follow me on all the social medias. But it's always best if you're on YouTube, because I can see the comments the fastest coming through to my screen. And hello to Mike, who's on the live stream from Winnipeg in Canada. Welcome in Manitoba. I'm sorry if I butchered the pronunciation of that, but you're in Canada, in Winnipeg in Canada. Awesome. Thanks for being here, Mike. And welcome to everyone who's, of course, watching on our restream as well. So let's get started. Here's the latest updates to Google Workspace. First up, available in open beta, AppSheet automations can now use Google Forms to ingest data. And this is one of the ones where I've been, I guess, kind of wondering to myself, maybe it's time to start looking at AppSheet, because to be honest, I haven't spent much time in AppSheet at all. I used the predecessor to AppSheet, which was called, I think from memory, App Maker. Which has now been depreciated, and it was rolled into AppSheet. Google bought what was AppSheet, and they basically rolled it in. Oh God, these flies are really getting me today. Damn. So Google bought AppSheet, or what was AppSheet. They've now rebranded it as a Google product, and they sell licenses for it if you want to go into the enterprise version. But my advice up until now has been, if you're a small or medium-sized business owner, unless you have a dedicated engineering team who can put time into actually building out applications on this platform, it's probably not worth your time bothering with, because the best case is you're going to spend a lot of time building this out, and it's more likely you get better value outsourcing to somebody else. Now, I'm not saying that to pitch for our business or for our services. We don't currently provide in-depth services for building out into AppSheet ourselves. But if you're using it right now, I'd love to know who out there is using it, because at least in my experience, for most business owners, they just don't really have the time to build something out. I mention this here because I guess, I want to know, are you using AppSheet? Have you built anything for your business? Most people I know who have, dived into it for a couple of hours have basically come back out and said, oh yeah, that looks like a lot of time to build out apps. But if you're a large organization and you've got an IT team, then that might suit you great. Might be a good fit for you. Anyway, but I mentioned that one. Let me know if you're actually using that or not. I'm curious. Have you had to play with it? Or maybe I've just sent you, one more thing. Gee, I'm literally getting attacked by flies here, but that's okay. That's just hashtag Australia, isn't it? my poor edit team are going to have to cover with so much B-roll. They're going to be like whack-a-mole with B-roll, or they're going to have to remove the flies with some kind of AI editing tool. Okay, so next update is updated keyboard shortcuts in Google Drive for Web. I mentioned this one because you may not know, but there are shortcuts available inside of Drive. I use a lot of shortcuts in Gmail personally. I don't use that many in Drive because I haven't learnt them, but I am certainly curious to go and learn them now. You can see it's giving the example of pressing L and P and R. I guess that's just to sort through different files. So let's go give this a demo and see what happens when we try it out. So I'm going to hit the letter T. Oh no, maybe it hasn't rolled out to me just yet. All right, what does this say? Starting today, You can opt into them immediately. Okay, Drive, settings, keyboard shortcuts, update now. Okay, let's go and have a look at my settings and find keyboard. Are they there? No, I cannot see them. Okay, maybe Google's lied to me. It's one of those things where Google will announce something, but then it takes weeks or sometimes months for it to roll out to everyone around the world. So I'm guessing this one has not yet landed on my account. But anyway, I'm curious to see if that's landed into your account. Let me know in the comments. Does it work for you? And is it useful or not? Maybe they're going to be better or at least good enough so that I actually start using keyboard shortcuts. Okie dokie, next update. You can now import data from Slack to Google Chat using Cloud Fuse. Now, this is, I think, a great initiative from Google. We've seen many customers who are still using Slack or other chat tools, and this looks like a way to bring your conversations into the Google world. Google recently announced an API for chat that allowed you to import historical data, and I guess